Yes, I can.
You can read the translation.
Okay, I can.
The process of meditation should begin from the lotus feet of Lord and progress to his smiling face. The meditation should be concentrated upon the lotus feet, then the calves, then the thighs, and in this way higher and higher. The more the mind becomes fixed upon the different parts of the limbs, one after another, the more the intelligence becomes purified. Purport.
There's a process right there. Okay, please continue.
The process of meditation recommended in the Srimad Bhagwatam is not to fix one's attention on something impersonal or void. The meditation should concentrate on the person of the Supreme Godhead, either in his Virat Rupa, the gigantic universal form, or in his Sachitananda Vigraha, as described in the scriptures. There are authorized descriptions of Vishnu forms, and there are authorized representations of deities in the temples. Thus, one can practice meditating upon the deity, concentrating his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and gradually rising higher and higher up to his smiling face. According to the Bhagavata school, the Lord's rasa dancing is the smiling face of the Lord. Since it is recommended in this verse that one should gradually progress from the lotus feet up to the smiling face, we shall not jump at once to understand the Lord's pastime in the rasa dance. It is better to practice concentrating our attention by offering flowers and tulsi to the lotus feet of the Lord. In this way, we gradually become purified by the arcana process. We dress the Lord, bathe him, etc., and all these transcendental activities help us purify our existence. When we reach the higher standard of purification, if we see the smiling face of the Lord or hear the rasa dance pastimes of the Lord, then we can relish his activities. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, therefore, the rasa dance pastimes are delineated in the 10th canto, chapters 29 to 34.
Thank you. That's good.
The
Thank
more
you.
one.
So this is the process. You start with the lotus feet of the Lord, work your way up. And we were speaking previously that each consecutive part of the Lord's body, going from the lotus feet progressively higher up, is the Srimad Bhagwatam is designed in a similar way. So the first canto is like the Lord's lotus feet, second canto like the calves, etc., etc. And when you come to the smiling face of the Lord, this is not here, not just the 10th canto, but specifically the pastimes of the rasa, the Lord dancing with the gopis. So when we greet the deities in the temple, we don't want to just limit ourselves to just looking at the Lord's lotus feet, but we should keep in mind that a good etiquette is just begin by looking at the Lord's lotus feet and look at it and see the tulsi leaves that are there, and and then gradually work your way up. Um, and there was another point I was going to make. So seeing the Lord, there's one time. There's three things I can remember too. There are three things that you can do spontaneously. One is when you're offered prasadam, you can spontaneously honor it. Another is when you greet the deities, especially when the deities are dressed, exceptionally nice, like special festivals, Janmashtami or Gorpurnim or something. They're exceptionally beautiful, and you can spontaneously just look at the deity straight on and look at his lotus face. That's another thing that you can do. It's okay to do that, but generally it's a good idea to begin with the lotus feet. There are three prayers by Krishnadas Kaviraj. They're invocational prayers, and each of the prayers relates to a different deity of Lord Krishna. Madana Mohan, Gopinath, Govinda, and Gopinath. Now, Saraswati, can you please confirm this? The lotus feet is Madana Mohan. The waist is Gopinath, or is it Govinda? That's the question. I'm not sure.
Govinda.
It is Govinda because I've heard otherwise. And Gopinath is his beautiful face.
Because I think it's related to that Sabanda Abhideva.
Yeah, exactly. So Divya, Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Dirgati, glory. These are the three prayers. Glories to Radha Madana Mohan. I'm lame and ill-advised, and they are my directors, and their lotus feet are everything. Madana Mohan, lotus feet. Divyad Bindral Kapadruda Mahashiman Ratnagar or Simasanasto. In a temple of jewels, in a forest in Vrindavan, Radha Govinda are served by their confidential friends and sit upon an effulgent throne. And this is Radha Govinda. And sitting on the throne is like the middle section is sit on the throne. And then Gopinath is Rasa Rasambi Bamsi Vatatatas and Karshan Mina Gopinash. I worship Gopinath, the originator of the Rasa dance. He attracts all the damsels of Vraja, the gopis, with his celebrated flute at Vamsivata. So that where's the flute? It's on his face. So the different. This is advanced subject matter, but it correlates with what we're talking about. That the three different deities of Vrindavan and Madana Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinath relate to the different parts of the body of the Supreme Lord. I think I went a little bit overboard.